Thank you, Mr. President. You know, I agree with Senator Simon about this being very, very difficult. I've kind of gone back and forth. I've listened at the debate, and brothers and sisters, this debate over the property tax relief, it's not just simply about taxes. It's about people. It's about grandmothers struggling to stay in the homes that they've worked for their entire lives to purchase. It's about young families caught between rising insurance premiums, increasing utility bills, and the dream of keeping a roof over their children's head. It's about single mothers who rent an apartment and wonder why relief never seems to reach their doorstep. Homeowners, I agree, deserve relief. Many are being squeezed by rising property values, escalating insurance costs, and inflation. No one should be forced out of their homes because they can no longer afford taxes on property they already own. Property tax relief can help seniors age in place, help families build generational wealth, and provide financial breathing room during uncertain economic times. I must also recognize an uncomfortable truth. For me in my district, nearly half of the families in my community are renters. When property taxes are reduced, there is no guarantee that landlords will pass those savings on to those tenants. Renters may see little or no reduction in their monthly housing costs. Yet, if local governments lose significant revenue, the consequence can affect everyone. Schools may receive less support, parks may deteriorate, public safety services may be strained, libraries may close their doors earlier. The very services that help working families, seniors, and children thrive could be placed at risk. So for me, the moral question is not whether homeowners deserve relief, because they do. The question is whether we can provide that relief without abandoning renters, weakening public education, or reducing essential services that hold our community together. A just society does not force homeowners and renters into opposing camps. We all either rise or fall together. And I believe that here during these last couple of days, we all have done our best to come to some kind of perspective that will help our communities move forward, whether we are Democrats or Republicans. So for me, the goal is that whatever we do with our vote, that we do our best to represent fairness. Fairness for homeowners, fairness for renters, fairness for the homeless, fairness even for those that are incarcerated and those that don't have rights. Many of people in my district don't have voting rights, but I have to represent them. And as we end our time together today, I believe that the measure of good public policy is not how much money we save, but it's how we meet the needs of all of those that need the services. For me, this is very personal. My district is in turmoil right now. We have a lot of division. We have a lot of hurt. I don't have a congressional member right now, so it makes me the top-ranking official. So I have to think very carefully about continuing to lead and strengthen my district or dividing it more. Yeah, it's very personal. But ultimately, the voters will decide. And I don't think we can ever underestimate the voters. They're a lot smarter, a lot more savvy than we think they are. So a yes or no vote on this resolution, I believe, is all of our own personal way of doing our best to represent our communities in this most extremely challenging time in government. Because we understand that leadership is about responsibility, and it's also about accountability. So I stood today, and I'm going to say publicly, I don't always agree with everybody, and I certainly am not agreeing with Senator Pizzo and Masulo today. So I didn't stand to per se change your vote, but I stood to simply remind you that we have to move on after this. And I want to tell you that your yes or no vote is not going to change my love for you. And I want to close because I want you to remember these words. Hopefully this is our last session, and I want us to leave thinking about these words. I believe that these words will help us in our policy making, and it'll help us in our lives as we move forward. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends.